Okay. All right. I'm going to see this hoe, paste this hoe here. All right. Okay. So, oh wait, let me start recording. I almost forgot. Okay. Hi everyone. I am 215, and welcome to my live stream, or should I say rant stream, of the Elemental and Barbie movies. Hmm. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a cold, but I am, yeah, the same cold as um like like from last week. Surprisingly, I don't know why. Like I've been clinically not sick um for a while, but for some reason, like it's taking a very long time for the mucus and shit like that to clear from my lungs. It's mostly gone. It should be gone by tomorrow completely, but like it's for some reason it's taking a while to go away. But I'm technically not sick anymore. But yeah, my voice is back to normal for the most part. So yay. Anyway, not gonna lie, you're probably gonna be surprised with my thoughts on both these movies. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So anyway, going to these movies. Let's go ahead and start the answering. So these movies. Now oh wait, hold on. No, I didn't sneeze, but thank you. But yeah, hi everyone in the chat. Kind neighbor Patrick, Boss Mankey, Poisonous Maple, uh Balling with Hot TYI, and everyone else who's here. Suggy Man, hi. Okay, so let's talk about Elemental and Barbie. So Barbie, I watched it like exactly a week ago. I watched it last Wednesday with my cousins and my oldest cousin's boyfriend. We all went to see the Barbie movie together, all six of us. So, um, and today I watched just before the stream actually. I watched Elemental on Disney Plus because it was to be released today on Disney Plus. It was released today. So I was gonna go watch in theaters, but I was like, oh wait, it releases on September 13th, so might as well wait until today to watch it, which I did. And like starting from I think like 2 a.m. in my time zone, I could watch it, but I didn't. I decided to watch it like just before the stream. But yeah, I watched Elemental today and Barbie last week. Uh, and um, so there's quite a bit of. I'm not really going to talk about it here, but there's quite a bit of. These two movies have had quite a bit of have had quite the release, the controversy. Um, uh, Particularly Barbie. Elemental just had some bad marketing. Barbie, from what I heard anyway, and Barbie, it's just a very controversial movie, like very controversial. I have I have so let me just say this right now. I have positive things to say about Elemental for the most part. Barbie, not so much. Trust me, I have my reasons. But yeah, like Elemental was released like about a month before Barbie was. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, sorry, like, I was, sorry, I was just checking something really fast. Okay, so Barbie. Um, so it's a movie about, it's a movie about, well, obviously it's about Barbie, but to be more specific, the movie takes place in two worlds. Barbie Land, where all the Barbie dolls and Ken dolls live, and the real world, where all the humans live, men, women, and children. Um, so, uh, the movie starts off with all the Barbies and Kens, living like just living life as normal, being plastic dolls and shit, doing plastic doll stuff like drinking empty milk and you know, taking an invisible shower or some shit like that. And everything's all normal until Barbie, starts thinking about not like there are lots of Barbies, obviously, but the one we're focusing on is the one played by Marg. How do you pronounce her name? Margot Robbie. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, but the main actress. So the one, the Barbie she plays, we'll call her stereotypical Barbie. That Barbie starts having thoughts about death all of a sudden, and then her life starts being out of whack. She starts having flat feet instead of the curved feet signature curved feet of dolls, like the ones where because dolls are always like wearing high heels or some shit like that. Well, not always, but often. And she's getting cellulite on her legs and shit like that. Like her whole life's just being thrown out of whack. And so she has to go and visit weird Barbie. I forgot what the Barbie was, what evil Barbie story was. I think she was like just some rejected Barbie model or some shit like that. And then weird Barbie just tells stereotypical Barbie, sorry, that she has to go into the real world and find her owner because her owner's the one causing these imbalances in Barbie's life. And so Barbie goes into the real world with Ken, who decides to tag along. One of the Kens, the Ken that is the Ken, I'll call him the main Ken, who loves Barbie, but she doesn't love him back. Um, he tags along with her. They go into the real world. They find out that okay, so Barbie Land is a matriarchy technically, where women run everything. The Kens are there, but they just exist. I'm not joking. So Barbie and Ken go into the real world and they find that everything's flip flopped, where men run everything and the woman just exists. Hmm. And Barbie's like, "Oh my god, this is horrible," and Ken's like, "This is awesome. I need to learn this world's secrets and bring that shit back to Barbie Land. Teach everyone the ways of patriarchy," or some stupid shit like that. And a lot of shit happens. Barbie, fine. I don't even feel like summarizing the whole movie. Basically a bunch of shit happens, and Barbie comes across these two women. One like this woman who works at the Mattel company or whatever, and her teenage daughter. They all run off to Barbie Land after Barbie. People from employees from the Mattel company try to capture Barbie because she's out in the world and she's loose, and that could cause problems and shit like that. And then they return the Barbie and the other two women return to Barbie Land. And oh, by the way, the adult woman that Barbie finds is actually apparently it was her owner, her former owner or whatever. Or does she still own the? I don't even fucking know. But yeah, so that woman was the one who had the thoughts of death and shit like that. So they all return to Barbie Land, and then Ken apparently has turned everything into a patriarchy, Ken Land. And uh, the Barbies, for whatever reason, they're like, oh, you know what, this is fine. We'll work with this. And then they all become subservient to the Kens. And then the remaining Barbies who aren't brainwashed, they all team up with stereotypical Barbie and the other two women she brought, and they all work together to unbrainwash all the Barbies, and then have the Kens fight each other, and while the Kens are fighting, the Barbies go in and change the government back to Barbie Land or some stupid shit like that. And then there's a scene at the end where the Kens realize that or that they really had no identity outside of Barbie. So I'll be outside being Barbie's boyfriend and the stereotypical Barbie, especially the main Ken. The stereotypical Barbie tells the main Ken that he should find his own identity and that he doesn't need Barbie to be part of his identity. He needs to find his own identity apart from being Barbie's supposed love interest. And Ken does that as well as the other Kens. And then the Kens ask the Barbies if they can be part of the government, and then the Barbies are like, we'll work on it. Like we'll just work you up to that point. And then the stereotypical Barbie meets the creator of Barbie. I think her name was what was it, Barbara Gordon? I don't even remember. And that woman turns Barbie into a human. Barbie lives in the real world with the two human women she came with, and then she goes to a clinic to see her gynecologist because she has real women parts now or whatever. And that's how the movie ends. So, yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, Beach Ken. Okay, yeah, played by Ryan Gosling. Um, so yeah, that's how the movie ends. Basically, Barbie goes to real land, finds out that it's horrible, returns to the dream to her land, finds out that's been turned upside down. She just works to save it with the other Barbies. Ruth Handler. Well, okay. Then what name did I choose? Okay. I don't know what name I fucking chose then. My bad. Okay. That's embarrassing. Oh well. Anyway, so Ruth Handler, sorry. Barbara Gordon's freaking Batgirl. I'm sorry, I suck with names. Shut up. I'm kidding. I was like, maybe I was like, I don't know. I don't know. For some reason I thought her name was Barbara Gordon. I'm dumb. Okay. Well, you guys already knew that. You already know I suck with names. It's like Barbara Gordon's freaking Batgirl. Well, at least I know now. I'm a dumbass. Anyway, but that's the movie. Let's talk about the positives first. Let's just talk about the positives first. So, I really do like the visuals. The visuals were very nice. Whoever was in charge of cinematography did a really good job. Like, Barbie Land really does feel like a dream. It really does feel like a dreamland, a dream house land. Like, it really does feel plastic. It really did feel plastic. Like, everything felt like a doll paradise. Like the set design was just really good. Like you could really tell the creators worked hard on this. And even to the point like making the dolls like, pretending to shower and eat breakfasts and drink and swim or whatever. Like all that was done pretty well. Well, the visuals were very nice. And I also like the costume designs. Those were pretty cool too. The Barbies all had cool outfits, and so did the Kens. And Weird Barbie's outfit was pretty fun. So, yeah, I would say that the visuals were pretty nice. Anything else? The humor was good. I actually liked the humor. The humor was quite good. So, um, the, there are quite a number of jokes in the film. I thought that a lot of them landed. Some of them didn't, but a lot of them did, and I really thought they were funny. Like especially the digs at weird Barbie, where stereotypical Barbie at one point was like, "Oh my God, this is hopeless. I'm gonna end up all alone and miserable like you," and then ugly Barbie is like, "Thanks for the sentiment." Like this movie just keeps roasting ugly Barbie. I mean, not ugly Barbie, weird Barbie. Sorry, and it was just funny. Kept roasting weird Barbie with her cellulite and shit. And there are other jokes too. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. This movie marketed itself as being for everyone, but there were some jokes that really weren't for kids. Like, they just really weren't. Like, I believe that at one point, like, somebody's boobs and a Barbie's boobs inflated, I think. And I was like, oh, okay. And of course, there's the whole gynecologist joke at the very end of the movie. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I don't see many kids getting that joke. So, because my cousins, for the most part, didn't. So, so there's that. I'm just saying this movie is rated PG-13 for a reason. Yeah, they do say that they. Oh yeah, they actually do say the words penis and vagina at one point. They do. To be honest, I did not even know that. Hold on, let me look. Okay, why am I just why I did not know this movie was PG-13, if I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was more like PG. How did I think it was PG? How did I think it was not PG-13? I honestly thought it was PG. I don't know. I literally missed the rating. So, okay, that explains quite a bit. When the guy slapped Barbie's ass. Oh yeah, and then she punched him in response. Oh my god. That was funny. Like he literally goes and smacks her on the ass. He goes and smacks her on the ass, and then she's like, and then she apologizes, and then she apologizes like for that, which makes sense because she's Barbie. She's meant to be a classy, elegant lady. There was one funny joke in the middle of Gloria's monologue where the narrator was like, "Margot Robbie is not the best woman make to make this point across." Oh yeah, I heard that. I was like, wait, well, when I first heard that line, I was like, did somebody really say that? I was like, wait, but I was like, wait, what? Did somebody really say that in the film? I thought that was funny. It was so sudden. I was like, oh, okay, commentary out of nowhere. Let's go. But yeah, I like the humor. Okay, so what else? What else? What was it? What else was gonna? Oh yeah, the actors and actresses. Am I spelling that? Yeah, I am spelling that right. They were good. Margot Robbie, she's good. She was good. Ryan Gosling was good. They both played their roles pretty well. Both bounced off each other pretty well. Um, the other actors and actresses were great too. So that was pretty cool. Like that, really, I can't think of a bad performance from anyone really. Gloria and her daughter they were good. I didn't have a problem with their acting. I can't really name a single bad performance here. Everyone was really good. Margot Robbie also nailed the emotional parts where, she was at her lowest as Barbie because all the Kens took over. All the Kens had taken over. And yeah. So Ryan Gosling was pretty funny. He played a really funny, really pathetic Ken. So yeah. Anything else? Visual humor, actors and actresses. I don't remember much of the music, but I don't remember it being bad, so I'll say that the music was good. I mean, music was nice. Of course, like there was a Barbie theme at the beginning of the movie, I think. So yeah, I'd say the music was nice. I can't think of a track that I didn't that I thought was crap. So yeah, I don't have much to say about the music really. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about the movie. Mainly in the sense, I think the main thing about this movie that can be seen as both a positive and negative is that this movie is very daring. Mainly in the sense that it tackles topics the moment you even mention a word of it, then you know it's going to be controversial. But I actually didn't mind overall because they do enough creative things with it, and also it does kind of make sense because, well, it's Barbie, an IP that is clearly aimed at women. There is one thing that's worth mentioning. This movie is clearly aimed for a female audience first and everyone else second. Yes, I agree. Which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I've watched things that were targeted towards women that I ended up liking. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to comment on here. But that actually is a very good point, Maple. I'm pretty sure those are all the positives. The negatives. Let's get to the negatives. Okay, now I have a lot to say about the negatives. I'm not saying that there are a lot of negatives, but there are a few big ones that I had an issue with. So let's address the elephant in the room. So this film had a message. Clearly, it had a message. The message was an absolute matriarchy isn't ideal. Oops. Well, actually, let me rephrase this. An absolute patriarchy isn't ideal, but neither is an absolute matriarchy. That was the film's message. Oops. And this was completely botched. I'm just going to be upfront about that. This was the film's message. An absolute patriarchy isn't ideal, but neither is an absolute matriarchy. There should be a balance. But this film fucks that message up entirely. And the reason for that is that, and I don't, this could easily have been avoided. This was something that I didn't really notice this. I mean, I noticed it, but I couldn't really quite put my finger on why I found this such a problem until my cousin Stephanie pointed it out to me at the end of the film. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I felt the same fucking way. So, Barbie, Sam, why, Barbie? Okay, you would think that Barbie, who comes from a land where women rule everything, and then she goes to a land where men rule everything, and I'll talk about that point in a moment. Um, she realizes how horrible it is, and living in a world like that is horrible. I'm sure it is for women, and she knows it's horrible. She's like, "Oh my god, this is awful." But for some fucking reason, it never occurs to her until the very last few minutes of the film that, oh my god, this must be how the Kens feel in our world. Because they're the ones who keep getting ignored or set aside. Like, we don't even know where they live. They literally point that out. Like, they don't know where the Kens live. Like, literally, only the Barbies are shown to have houses. We don't even know where the Kens sleep. So, Barbie, why are you wait why is it that it's like the last 5 minutes of the film that you realize, oh shit, the Kens are probably like, I think I know how the Kens feel right now. This isn't fair to them, just as it's not fair to women here. Maybe we should do something about that. But no, it doesn't take until the very last few moments of the film where she's like, oh yeah, the Kens, yeah, it's not really fair for them to be treated this way. You couldn't have come to that conclusion before you tried to take Barbie Land back. What was stopping you from saying, "Okay, I need to go back to Barbie Land, work," and then she sees Kenland, right? She's like, "No, this isn't right. We have to come to an agreement with the Kens. We have to tell the Kens, guys, this isn't ideal for anyone. We need to create a balanced government for everyone." She doesn't do that. So you can't tell me that you want equality in your movie when you don't even show that, you don't do a very good job of showing that message. Like, either have Barbie and the other Barbies like come back to Barbie Land and work things out with Ken, or better yet, like, and this could have been this. I think this would have been better for the movie. Like, have the Barbies come. They do their plan and make the Kens turn against each other. And then they're about to like overturn the government so that it would be Barbie Land again. But then they stop and realize, wait, what are we doing? We shouldn't be doing this because we're literally just taking back everything, and not letting the Kents have everything. The Kents. The only reason this happened was because the Kents didn't have everything. Maybe we should do something about that. But they don't do that. They take over the fucking government, and then the very end of the film, they're like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe we should let the Kents have a bit of power, but not too much yet. We're gonna let them work up to that." No, fuck you. You can't. You just can't tell me. You can't preach equality if you're gonna show a message like that. No, fuck you. Just fuck off with that. Just fuck off with that. I think it's because up to that point, Barbie was mostly putting herself and the other Barbies over the Kens because she had yet to live a life where everything is not just given to her. That's fair. That is a fair point. But I still feel like Barbie and the other Barbies could have, again, they could have been like, okay, we're about to overturn the government, but maybe we shouldn't do this because then really we're just, repeating history. They could have come to a conclusion. They could have come to a mutual understanding with the Kens, but they didn't. So what exactly is the film trying to tell me? I don't know. I don't know. It was just a very sloppy way of of putting out the message of equality, because clearly the film has a message about equality, but kind of fucked it up. So yeah. And there's another thing that I want to point out, that there's also another thing that I want to point out. And I know this film has some elements of satire in it, but clearly, clearly, it. I'm just gonna come around and say it. So the film says something along. The film says something along the lines of, "In let me not do that. In due time." I can't type today. In due time, the Kens will be equal with the Barbies in Barbie Land, just as in due time women will be equal to men in the real world. So so that's what the film says, and I'm just like, no. So clearly, whoever wrote this film believes that women are at a disadvantage in the real world. And I know this is going to get political, but I'm talking about a movie that had political commentary in it, so it's fair game. Anybody who thinks that women in the West are somehow put down by any sort of patriarchy needs to get their head out of their ass and go and and come to the real world because that's clearly not true. I'm tired of this fucking idea going around because it's not true. It's not. Women in the West have had more freedoms than they've ever had in history. They can vote, they can go to school, they can own property, they can get a job, they can run for office, they can even own their own business. So anybody who says that women are somehow being put down by men in the patriarchy or what the fuck ever is clearly disillusioned. You want to see real oppression of women? Go to the East because there's quite a bit of that going on there, and oppression of men too. But that's beside the point. Like if you really want to make a difference for women, go to the places in the world that need it because clearly the West is not one of them. So anybody who thinks that women are still somehow being put down in the real world when that's clearly far, far, far from the truth should just shut the fuck up. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, let me forgot to put one more thing. No, just no. Because that's what the film clearly believes. That's what the film clearly believes. So I'm just here to say, no, fam, that's wrong. That is wrong. The stream is buffering. Why is it buffering? Just when I'm making a valuable point. Ah! Like, but yeah, like I'm not saying that women don't have any hardships in the West, but people keep blowing that shit out of proportion, and it's really annoying me. Oh. Yeah. No, the stream's better now? Okay. No, it's still kind of buffering. And I was just about to talk about Elemental. And I wanted to go back to another positive for this film, but it's buffering now. I don't want it to buffer. The autistic review. Hi. 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 But yeah, like I'm not saying that women don't have hardships because clearly the movie did point out a few hardships that women had in Gloria's monologue, particularly. So I agree on that point. But it's like y'all are blowing it out of proportion. Women are not struggling as much as you think they are in the West. They're just not. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, going back to the positives, there was one good message at the end of the film. Ken should have, oops, excuse me, Ken should have his own identity outside of Barbie, outside of being Barbie's boyfriend. Because, you know, the Kens were being overshadowed in the film constantly. So, so it's nice for the film to say, hey, Kens, you know, you can be your own person. You don't need us to, you know, you don't need us to define you. You have your own identity. So that was a good message. And then the Kens actually take that message to heart. So that message I liked. And it's buffering again. Of course it's buffering. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is why I don't like streaming. Hang on. Why does it always have to buffer? I hate buffering. Okay, well, I'll be right back, I guess. I'm just gonna go and, um, oh, well, wait, hold on. It might be better now. I forgot to turn my mic on. Oh my god. I am not with it today. I have to say that all over again. Fuck. I threw a hanger at my door. I just like fuck it. I'm just okay, let's just do it again. One more time. I'm just not I can't today. The stream's a mess. So let me say this again. Okay, so going back to the second point, where the movie says, in due time, the Kens will be equal with the Barbies in Barbie Land, just as in due time, women will be equal to men in the real world. And I'm just like, no, women are not that oppressed in the Western world. Stop acting like they are. That's wrong. You're doing a disservice to actual women who are suffering. Not that women in the Western world aren't having issues. They certainly do. The movie even points out a few of them. Glorious monologue, which I agree with. Like, I'm not saying that it's really easy to be a woman, or that women don't have problems in the West, but let's not pretend that they're still being horribly put down by the patriarchy because that's not true. You're just exaggerating the issue. Because compared to history, the women who lived in back then, women nowadays have it pretty good. So yeah, just saying. Anyway, but again, let me go back to this again. There was one good message at the end of the film. Ken should have his own identity outside of being Barbie's boyfriend. Because I agree with that. Like, see, the thing is that the Kens, like, they literally did not know what their purpose was outside of being Barbie's boyfriends. So the stereotypical Barbie was like, Ken, to the main Ken, she was like, Ken, you shouldn't need me to define you. You should define you. That you should define yourself. That sense of validation and purpose has to come from within you. I can't give that to you. You shouldn't have to rely on somebody else to define you or give you purpose. And Ken was like, "Oh, you're right, Barbie. I could be my own person." And then the other Kens follow suit. So that was one good message. But the other two here, no. I mean, the first one could have been good, but the execution was shit. The second one was just flat out wrong. So, yeah. Okay, we're done with that. I said it. I'm not going to say it again. What did the hanger do to you? Nothing. I just like breaking plastic stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why my router does that. Like at 7 o'clock or whatever. Not every day I stream, but like, sorry, but like sometimes it just, and I'm just like, router, you gotta stop doing that. But anyway, let's go on to. Oh, right. But before we do that, my final thoughts on Barbie. Overall, I liked the film, but it could have been better. Because, like, it had a good message, but the execution was just kind of crap. Sorry. Anyway, Elemental. Although I did remember that at my last job where I had female coworkers tell me that certain guys refused to listen to them because they didn't want to he didn't want to take orders from a girl. What the fuck? Yeah, some guys out there still have that nasty mindset. It's sad, but it's true. Why the fuck is my door open? Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, now let's talk about Elemental, the movie that everyone thought was going to bomb but didn't. Let me just pull this. So you want me to play? Oh my god, what the fuck? It's not what I meant to do. I don't know why I played that random video of some man playing with black bears. I've been watching a lot of animal videos for some reason. Anyway, yeah, Barbie, a movie that worked for me, but I can totally understand not working for others. It will either work for you or it won't. With me, it was like, it was hit or miss. I mean, it was funny. It was daring. It was going for a good message, but the writing could have been better. Anyway, Elemental. Yeah, the commentary does feel too preachy at times. That's the thing. Like, you really shouldn't like deliver your message in such a preachy manner. You should do more showing and less telling, which is one of the hallmarks of good writing. You don't tell when you can show, because showing is often more effective than telling. Not that you can't ever tell, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I guess you could put that as another negative, where the I guess it was already implied at this point, but whatever. The film feels a bit too a bit too preachy at times. So it did, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, let me be more consistent. Oh, I can't spell today. Yeah, the film felt a bit too preachy at times. Anyway, I meant the. I guess this is. I guess it could be because this is first. This is like a mainstream movie, and general audiences tend to always need to be spoon fed. Yeah, you're not wrong. Some people literally do need to be told these things. And I'm just like, y'all need to get it together. Anyway, Elemental. Okay, so positives, plenty of positives. The animation, as Sluggy Man said in the chat, was great. Like the movie looks gorgeous. It looks stunning. The visuals are great. The animation's great. It's a nice looking movie. The water people look great. The fire people look great. The earth people look great. I don't even feel like I don't even feel like I'm summarizing this movie. I just don't feel like it. But basically, fire girl and a water boy, they fall in love, but they're not sure their relationship will work out. You know, like a lot of other movies out there that are like this. This is Elemental doesn't do anything different, but it does tell the story in a different way, and I think it does so pretty well. But oh yeah, and the fire girl is like wondering whether she should follow her dreams or run her dad's shop like her dad wants. Again, nothing new, but Elemental tells the story in a different way. But anyway, the animation was great. Really like it just looks beautiful. Like you could tell that Pixar. I mean, to be fair, it is Pixar. Like they're great when it comes to animation. So clearly they weren't going to make something bad. But really, Elemental just looks so gorgeous. It does. Even after a month after it came out, people still I still saw people going to Barbie and pink. Damn. I have not watched Oppenheimer, if I'm gonna be honest. Hmm. But yeah, Elemental is a very nice looking movie. And especially and what's really funny is that like whenever the fire people, earth people, water people, and air people, like cloud people or whatever, wind people, whatever, I think they're just clouds. I don't fucking remember what they were called, but like whenever they get mad or sad or happy or whatever, they do certain things. Like their body might change shape or color, or they might like or whatever. You get what I mean. Like fire people, for example, if they get really mad, they turn purple and they grow bigger. And cloud people like grow bigger, and then they start having like thunder no lightning going all throughout their bodies. Like those are really good. Like again, the animation is great because like they really did make this movie feel um they made everything come alive. Like the all the people with their emotions and what their bodies do when they undergo these emotions. Those were cool. Those were nice changes. Nice touches. Sorry, those were some very nice touches. So yeah, like again, great animation, and of course, the city. The city looks good. I will say that. I mean, I'm not entirely impressed with it. I don't know. Firetown looks just kind of basic. It's. I'm sorry, but Firetown just looks basic. Everything, all the other towns look. I don't even think we see the Cloud Town actually. Um, I mean, I think we see the Earth and Water segments at some point. I think those look pretty cool, but the Fire Town is just kind of. But like, but so I wasn't impressed with how the entire city looked. I feel like some areas could have been looked a bit better, but really overall, I think the city looks cool. Like I thought the water areas looked the coolest, but yeah, yeah. How did this film cost that much to make? I really don't think this film would cost $200 million to make. Maybe at most half that amount, but $200 million. I was surprised when I saw that too. I was like, why $200 million? Yeah, that's the thing. Elemental, that's the thing with Elemental. It's good, but it's basically a typical rom-com, which is fine. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it's good, but if you're expecting something groundbreaking, you're not going to get it here. But that's fine. Like nothing needs to be groundbreaking because when you think about it, literally nothing is original. So although I encourage people to try new things, it's okay to stick to what works as long as you build on top of it and make it your own thing, which Elemental does pretty well. So I'm not going to knock the movie for not doing anything too. I mean, for pretty much sticking with the typical rom-com formula. That's if it wants to do that, that's fine. Anyway, that the animation was great. The humor, as Sluggy Man pointed out, was also good. I won't say great though. I will say good. It not every joke hit. A lot of jokes hit, but there were some that I was just like, no. But I would say that there were more hits than misses with the humor. So yeah, the humor was overall good. Could have been better overall, but still good. There are some good jokes in there. Um, like regarding the gag of the water boy, what was his name? I forgot I literally forgot what his name was. That's embarrassing. Wade? I think that's what his name was. Ember and Wade. I think that's what their names are, right? Ember and Wade? No, the girl's name is Ember. Can't remember what the guy's name was. It's Wade, right? Yeah, it's Wade. Okay, just making sure. So, so yeah, like, so yeah, like Wade was pretty funny. If I'm going to be honest, he was, especially at the end where he and Ember were trapped in like this room that was like getting really hot, and he evaporated unfortunately, especially after hugging Ember because he thought that was pretty much going to be his deathbed. And then, but like because he's water, like he evaporated up to like the ceiling, and then he's then Ember realized that he was literally Ember heard him like crying after like she had some heartfelt talk with her dad. And and then Ember literally started saying things that would make Wade cry, and then Wade literally started pulling into a pot below because like all of his molecules were like stuck to the ceiling. So and so like she started just making him cry so that he would like reform. That was pretty funny. Because he was saying, because she knew exactly the things to make him cry. Because like no joke, there was actually a joke in the movie where like Wade's family plays this game where they try to make each other cry, which isn't very hard because they like to cry a lot apparently since they're water. Get it? Huh. But like it was just funny. Um, any other good jokes? Uh, well, there was this one joke where like Wade and Ember like go through a fence like without any problems. Like Wade just phases through it and Ember just burns through it, and they were like, "Why do we even have fences?" That was funny too. And there are probably more that I can think of, but there's this one scene where like Wade was pretending to be like a food inspector, and then Ember's dad, like he was at Ember's restaurant, and Ember's dad was like trying to test him and made him eat a bunch of hot coals, and Wade was like really struggling to eat them to the point of even screaming. That was funny. So yeah, there were some funny moments in there, but there were some misses. But mostly the humor was good. This is a really timeless love story. Yeah, pretty much. I did like the let me actually that's a positive. I did like the relationship between Wade and Ember. I really felt like they connected. I actually liked the relationship. I enjoyed their scenes of them going out in the city and having fun together, doing silly things. I actually liked their scenes. I think they were some of the best scenes in the movie. Hmm. So yeah. I also liked the scenes where they were fighting, where they were like, "Oh no, this will never work. You know, I'm fire, you're water. We can't do this. It won't work." And then it works because they tried it. It's like, oh, okay. At first, they didn't want to because they were afraid at first. Because they were afraid like a few times earlier, but then they were like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just do it. And then it works. Like they touch each other without any problems. They don't kill each other. So yay. So yeah, I thought the relationship was pretty well written. The characters were nice. They were. I liked Ember's father and her mother. They're both funny characters. Wade was also funny. To me, he kind of just stole the show for me, if I'm gonna be honest. He was just so precious. Um Ember was also a good character. I liked her. What else? That little Earth kid was kind of funny. The one who would like try to talk to Ember and like give a flower to her. Um okay, so are we good? Okay, I think we're good. Let me just fix this a bit. Okay. Okay, throw another hanger at the door. Maybe I should. Oh my god. Okay, let me just hurry the fuck up with this. Okay, sorry, I gotta fix the chat for a moment. There we go. Alright. I guess YouTube doesn't like you praising Elemented either. I guess not. I guess not. But anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by my router, the characters were nice in this movie. I liked Ember's parents. They were funny and charming. I liked Wade. Wade stole the show for me, honestly. He stole the show for me. Like, it was just so funny and so emotional and shit. It was really funny. And his family was funny too. They were funny too. Like, his mother especially. It's like they just like to cry a lot. And they had that dumb family humor, that dumb typical family humor. And I was like I was like these guys are a riot, literally. Um the Cloud Woman Gale, who was Wade's boss, I think, she was nice. She was a bitch at first, but then she grew on me pretty quickly. Um, and she ends up like she actually ended up like dating the Earth guy, the middle aged Earth guy that worked at the like that worked at some office that handled like uh business violations and whatnot. So so yeah. Um, the Earth kid that tried to talk to Ember a few times and give her a flower he was cute. He was charming. So yeah, I pretty much liked all the characters. I can't name a single character that I didn't like. I thought all the characters were nice. They were funny and charming. So Elemental had a solid cast of characters. And the acting was good. I can't name a single bad performance. Like all the actors and actresses nailed their characters pretty well. Like they knew when to be fun. They were all funny. They were all emotional. They were all sad. They nailed all the performances. So I don't really have much to say about that. You don't remember a whole lot about. That's fair. That's fair. It has been like 3 months since it was last released. I mean, since it was released. Yeah, just mostly service level stuff and tropes are executed quite well. Yeah, this movie did have some excellent writing. I thought the story was good. Like I like again, it's nothing new. You know, the whole girl boy couple want to be together but can't because reasons, external or internal reasons. You know, the typical star-crossed lover shit. Again, this is not something that has been done before, but who the hell cares? I still liked it. I mean, it's still its own thing. And I also like that there was another conflict with Ember truly not wanting to run her dad's shop, which I saw coming from a mile away, to be honest. But like, um, but again, it's fine. I thought it was an interesting plot point nonetheless. Ember wants to be with Wade, and she wants to go off and do something else rather than run her dad's shop. So, yay. So yeah, I thought the story was good. I found the ending touching, where Ember and Wade were like together. Everyone thought Wade was gonna die, but he ended up being resuscitated or whatever. So yeah, like I like the story. I thought it was good. Again, nothing groundbreaking, but who the hell cares? As long as it's its own thing, then it's fine. Anything else? There really wasn't a lot of There was really only like one track in the film that had somebody singing over it, so I can't really comment on the music. Like it wasn't bad, but it's not. But there's really isn't a lot to begin with. Like there's only one track that has singing in it. Everything else is just orchestrated or whatever, and I don't really remember much of that. So I'm not going to comment on the music. I don't. I from what I remember the soundtrack wasn't bad. It was just that like there's not much I can say about it, so I won't comment on it. Yeah, I was happy for Ember and Wade to reunite because really I felt like they deserved to be together. I think that's it for the positives. I would agree with you. The negatives, honestly, I can't. I'm sure you guys can think of some, but honestly, I had a hard time thinking of any. I couldn't think of any before the stream started. I just couldn't. Maybe there is one or two, but I can't think of any. Um, I mean, I did say that the humor wasn't like what wasn't didn't what didn't always land. Like it wasn't always good, but I thought for the most part it was good. But I'm trying to think of negatives. I can't think of any. That's not to say the movie is like perfect or whatever. It's just that I can't think of any negatives. Maybe there are too many puns for your liking. Puns, honestly, I don't even remember this movie's puns. I don't. Oh no, I do remember a few of them being cringeworthy, if I'm gonna be honest. There were a few cringeworthy puns. Although to be fair, I think the movie was trying to like make those cringeworthy, so like the movie wants you to cringe at those. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Here, hold on. Because I honestly cannot think of any negatives. Which is fine. I mean, like, I couldn't think of any negatives for Kung Fu Panda 2, so I mean, I guess I can't think of any here. I don't know. I just can't think of any. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that I can't. So I can't think of any, and I think I remember folks were claiming this movie was too preachy, but I don't remember feeling that to be honest. Me neither. I don't remember that either. I mean, you could say it's predictable in some ways, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, The Bad Guys was a predictable film, yet it was still good. Like predictable doesn't necessarily mean bad, so I'm not really gonna knock the movie for that. I can't think of anything wrong. I can't think of any negatives with this movie, so I guess I'll just leave it at that. Again, I really had no idea what the controversy of this film was, other than maybe its premise, and just because it's cool to hate everything Disney does nowadays. Fair. That's probably what's going on here. So I'll just say this. I can't think of any negatives, so this doesn't mean that the movie is perfect. Just that I can't readily think of any examples. So I don't know. I just really liked Elemental, so I can't think of any negatives. I like with Tangled. I couldn't think of any negatives for that one either. When Tammin and I did our rant stream of that movie, along with Frozen, which we thought of several negative, which we had several negatives for, but as well as Frozen too. But yeah, like yeah, I can't really think of any, so we'll just leave it at that. I guess that is fair. Like I mean, it is pretty formulaic. It is a formulaic romance between opposites with visuals that I will agree. I agree that the visuals aren't the best looking. Like they looked good. Don't get me wrong, they looked really good. It's just that I agree that Pixar has made better looking films. It has. If we're gonna be honest, it has made better looking films. So yeah. In terms of recent Pixar films, I liked Soul, Luca, and Turning Red more than this. Same. Soul, Luca, and Turning Red were great films. Like, I liked all of them. I think all of them are better than Elemental, if I'm going to be honest. Elemental was really good, don't get me wrong, but Soul, Pixar, and Luca, I said Pixar. Soul, Luca, and Turning Red were all were all better. And I even have Soul and Turning Red as DVDs. Like I'm literally looking at my DVD cabinet right now. Well, Blu-ray and 4K cabinet, I should say. Not all these are DVDs, but yeah, I love Turning Red and Soul so much that I actually went and got the Blu-ray and 4K DVDs for them because they were just that good. I didn't need to because I had Disney Plus, but it's like they're just that good. And Luca was nice too. I was thinking about getting like the 4K version of that, but I was like, I don't like it that much. But yeah, it was better than Onward and Lightyear. I'm not the biggest fan of Onward, by the way. Fair, I can see, I can see why you might not be the biggest fan of Onward. Like, I really liked Onward, but I can see why some people wouldn't, like that film. Because to be honest, Pixar again has made better films than Onward. But I still liked Onward very much, along with Elemental. And yeah, Lightyear was just very mid. We all know this. We already know this, but yeah, it would be it. But yeah, you're absolutely right that Lightyear is not as good as any of the other Pixar films that you and I just mentioned. Like Elemental's better than Lightyear, Luca's better than Lightyear, Soul, Turning Red, Onward, they're all better than Lightyear. Sorry, not sorry. Lightyear is just mid. And I'm being generous with mid, if I'm gonna be honest. Generous. Clearly the weakest out of any of the films involving the Toy Story characters. Even Toy Story 4 was better. Not that Toy Story 4 was bad, it's just that it was the weakest out of the Toy Story films, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, comments. Barbie. Let's see. The Barbie movie the Barbie movie was enjoyable, but its message could have been better executed. Elemental isn't a groundbreaking movie, oops, but it tells its story very well and is it's quite enjoyable. Oops. Oops. Let me say. I need to be consistent here. There. Okay. So ratings. What would I give the Barbie movie? Hmm. I don't want to give it an 8 or more than that. I don't think it deserves an 8. But I don't think it deserves a 6 either. I'm leaning towards 6.5 or 7. I don't know. The ending of the movie put me off because of the botched message, but I can't say that I didn't enjoy the movie. So I'm gonna give it either a 6.5 or a 7. If I'll be nice and give it a 7. Elemental gets 8 out of 10 for me. Those are my rankings. Ratings, rankings, whatever. So, let me not do that. Let me do it this way. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't think Elemental deserves more than an 8. but I don't think it deserves less than 8, so I'll just give it an 8. Barbie, for me, gets a 7 out of 10. It's honestly what I imagine you would think of the Barbie movie, to be honest. Okay, so you can tell how I was gonna feel about the Barbie movie. I can't say I'm surprised because we know each other pretty well at this point. But but yeah, if I'm gonna be nice to the Barbie movie, I'll give it a 7. I'm tempted to give it a 6.5, but then it's like, no, because it's like I did enjoy the movie anyway, so I'll just give it a 7. So I enjoyed both. Which I guess it's weird because there was there were some things about Barbie I liked more than Elemental, and some things about Elemental I liked more than Barbie. I don't know. So to me, I enjoyed both about equally like the same. I would say I enjoyed Elemental a bit more than Barbie, if I'm going to be honest, but that's just me. It just felt like Onward didn't earn its ending, and I felt ripped off where you don't get to see the main character meet his father before he goes away. That did piss me off, if I'm going to be honest. That did annoy the hell out of me. Where it was like you had literally gone through all that mess just to speak to your father one last time, and you don't even get it. I mean, your brother gets it, but you don't. And I'm just like, really, movie? You're gonna do that to my boy? Like, I don't know. I just got annoyed by that. I get it that in movies and in real life, sometimes the characters don't get what they want. But to me, I don't think that was the best time to show that message. I, I don't know. I was annoyed by that too, if I'm going to be honest. And we're getting a Toy Story 5 for some reason. Unfortunately. If anything with Barbie, I was at least glad to watch a new big film that actually felt like the cast and crew actually enjoyed making it, unlike other films that have come out this summer. Yeah, yeah, you can really tell when the people who are part of making the film are actually enjoying making the film. You can tell when they were you can tell if they actually enjoyed making it. And I can tell that the Barbie cast and crew did enjoy making the Barbie film. Unlike, say, The Flash, where the people making it felt like they were bored and miserable the whole time, which I could actually understand, which I could actually kind of understand considering the lead actor of Flash is an absolute psychopath in real life. Oh my god, Barbie would probably be a 3.5 stars for me. I just thought it was a good time overall. So, okay, so Soggy Man, you would give Barbie a 6.5 and Elemental solid 9. Okay, so our ratings are kind of similar. So yeah, that's really all I have left to say. I knew that this film was. I said film. I knew that this Rantstream was going to be short because really there wasn't much for me to talk about in the first place, and it was really only 2 movies. I thought about adding a third movie, but I was like, no, I think I'm just about done here. So yeah, that's the end of that. So yeah, I'm glad I got Disney Plus. I'm glad I had Disney Plus because I was like, let me just wait until today to watch Elemental because why the fuck not? I was gonna go watch in theaters by myself, but I was like, wait, no, it's gonna be on Disney Plus soon, so why not just wait? But yeah, but yeah, that's really it. Yeah, you weren't the target demographic for it, and neither was I, yet we both enjoyed the Barbie movie. I did enjoy the Barbie movie, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. So yeah, it was a good movie. Could have been a bit better, but it's still good. The outrage before the movie came out and after was quite bizarre, though. Yeah, I mean, I can always tell why some people, aren't fans of the movie. I can get why, but I feel like some people are just being too mean towards the movie. It wasn't that bad. I wouldn't say it was bad at all, but yeah, I do think that some people have valid reasons not to like the movie. So yeah, but yeah, some people were clearly overreacting to the movie, and I'm just like, fam, stop. Gee, will you ever do a ranching on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies? Not really. I don't care for the books, so I don't see myself watching the movies anytime soon. I feel like I should read the books, and before I even watch the movies, I don't have to, but I feel like I should do that. But I don't care about the books, so if I don't care about the books, I'm not going to care about the movies. Not that the series is bad or anything, I just don't really care for it. But a lot of people a lot of people like the series, so yeah. As I said on Discord, there were literally priests and other folks that brought dolls and playsets only to burn them up and record themselves while doing it. That's really messed up. And even Ted Cruz claimed he was going to war against Barbie, whatever the hell that means. Needless to say, certain folks are absolutely crazy. You are not wrong. You would be surprised, or not really, at some of the shit that people do in real life things that in response to things that are released, like movies or books or whatever. They're like, "Oh, burn this book! Burn these toys or whatever." And I'm just like, y'all need to calm the fuck down and maybe even touch some grass, please. Or don't. You'll probably burn that too. Anyway, yeah. So Barbie, nice movie. Elemental, good movie. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're giving people money when you buy stuff and then destroy their stuff. They're not gonna miss the stuff that you destroyed since you bought their stuff. Because at the end of like you gave them your money, so why would they care all that much? Now, if you're reviewing something and you throw it away to insult the product, then I mean, then that's different. But it's like if you buy something and then burn it just to piss the company off, that no. Oh no, the Snow White movie. Oh my God. Yeah, that one's caused so much controversy, especially the actress herself. Although to be honest, I know very little about it, so I can't comment on it, but I do know that it's been causing a lot of controversy. Hopefully the movie will be at least as good as the Little Mermaid movie was, the remake I mean, because that one caused some controversy and yet it ended up not sucking. So hopefully this movie doesn't suck either. I hope it doesn't suck. But I'm honestly not holding my breath. I feel like it might suck. I can't even imagine that movie. Me neither. I mean, Disney has made so many live action soulless remakes at this point that I'm just like, Disney, do you guys not have anything else better to do? It's being directed by Mark Webb, director of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. What a strange choice that is. Well, that explains a lot. No shade to Mark Webb, but fam, you directed two poor movies. They're they were just not very good. They weren't, especially the first one. Sorry. Poor Andrew Garfield. I still feel bad for him because it's like he was such a good actor. Him and Emma Stone, like they were great actors. They had good chemistry on the set, but they had such crappy material to work with. Although to be fair, again, I actually do like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. You guys know this. I mentioned this in my rant stream. I do like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but they're not good. They're not good. They're just not. So yeah, they're not good. Sorry. Live action remakes of Disney movies, they're what they're what is keeping Disney alive. Probably because Disney's creatively bankrupt. They don't know what else to do. Although to be honest, I'm not against the idea of live action remakes in general. Nobody is, I think, but it's like, but it's like some of these remakes actually could have been good. Mulan could have been good. It could have been good. Like honestly, I thought it was an interesting idea, but Disney fucks that up, and the controversy surrounding the movie did not help. And I mean, The Little Mermaid was fine, so there's that. But then you have other. I'm trying to think of other flops of live action remakes because Mulan's a big one, but it's not the only one. But I can't really think of any other examples. Probably because they were just so irrelevant. The Lion King. How can I forget about The Lion King? That one was a flop, a big ass flop. It was so lifeless that honestly it could compete with Mulan 2020 for most lifeless live action remake because it was just very lifeless, soulless, barely any emotion put into it. To be honest, I'm sure he's just a director for hire and someone that Disney could just tell to sit down, shut up, and do what they say. Yeah, they're like, I mean, he made Spider-Man movies. Let's just get him to do it. Okay, perfect plan, Disney. And Snow White's even being co-written by Greta Gerwig herself, director and writer of Barbie. Hmm. I mean, yeah. I'm slightly optimistic because of that too. But it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Just because you have a great director doesn't necessarily mean that the movie's going to be good. So yeah, I was thinking of Alice in Wonderland. I can't comment on those because I've only watched the first live action remake, um, which I actually enjoyed. I thought it was fine, but if I rewatch it, I don't know. I don't know if I'll feel the same way. But the second one, I've never watched, nor do I care to watch. So I should go back and watch them. 'Cause I think they're both on Disney Plus, right? They should be. Let me look it up really fast because I can do that. I need to rewatch some Disney movies like The Jungle Book so I can watch the remake because I've heard that the remake of Jungle Book is good. Okay, so the first one is available on Disney Plus. The first Alice in Wonderland. The second one is not. John Favreau, the director of the best Disney remake in The Jungle Book, also did Lion King 2019, which was possibly the worst one. Oh my God, he did. How do you go from The Jungle Book to The Lion King 2019? How does that happen? How do you go from something that was considered good to something that was considered very bad? Uh, yeah, just that's just. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Even if the Snow White movie ends up being good, it's gonna be controversial anyway. So don't why be a part of that? So I might as well just stay away from the internet. Or at the very least, just try to avoid anything that talks about the movie. But yeah, the first Alice in Wonderland movie is available on Disney Plus, but not the second one. The remake, I mean. Let's see. Uh, Sorry, I'm just going to the Disney Plus homepage. Oh, the Captain Marvel movie's here. I should watch that because I haven't even watched it. I've been curious about it. Everything else here related to the Avengers. Oh, I haven't watched Thor: The Dark World. That's listed here. Quantumania I have not watched. Part of the Ant Man and the Wasp series. Iron Man, I don't care about Iron Man if I'm gonna be honest. Uh, Doctor Strange, I might watch his movies. I might watch his. I think he's interesting. I don't care about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, if I'm gonna be honest. Um, what is this? Some animated adventures thing? Whatever. Maybe I'll watch the Iron Man movies out of morbid curiosity one day, but I really don't care about them. Anyway, I'll admit though, I've never cared a whole lot for the original Snow White movie. I feel like it's a movie known for its reputation as opposed to the actual quality. Oh, really? Well, that's fair. I enjoyed it, but I will admit that it's not one of the greatest Disney movies, classic Disney movies. I need to go and watch other ones though. Like I was just thinking of someone recently, a friend of mine on Reddit recently brought up like The Fox and the Hound, which I have not watched in who knows how long. Oh my god, I need to go watch that one again. I need to go. I have Disney Plus here and I'm not even using it. I gotta go watch all these classics. There are so many good ones. I have to go and watch all these classics. I have time to do it, but I've just been, doing other things. I don't know. But Thor the Dark World, don't bother with Thor the Dark World. That subplot with Rocket and Thor at Endgame is all you need to know about that. Okay, so I won't watch it then. For the Iron Man movies, I love the first and third one, but really don't care for the second one. Okay, well, I will keep that in mind because the thing is like with a lot of these movies, your opinions and mine sometimes more often than not they tend to be similar. So I've learned that like okay, well if Maple doesn't care if something doesn't like it, there's a fair chance I might not either. But then again, we have different tastes still at the end of the day. So it's like yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Snow White, people barely talk about the original movie. So it's like, why are they so passionate about Snow White now when the original movie wasn't even all that, didn't even get all that much attention? I mean, it got plenty of attention, but just not like the most attention. Probably my most unpopular MCU opinion, Iron Man 3 is my favorite of the trilogy, even more so than the first one. Iron Man 3 was quite a divisive movie when it came out, mostly because of the twist surrounding the main villain and the Mandarin. Oh, hmm. Okay, I will keep that in mind. A lot of Marvel fans hated the twist, but I loved it and thought that was very clever, funny, and I didn't see it coming whatsoever. Okay, I guess that's just a subjective thing then. Who knows? Or maybe people might not just be reading. Maybe people are just misinterpreting the twist. Who knows? I guess I'll just have to go and see for myself. I guess I could watch the movies at some point, since they're all on Disney Plus. But it's like it's weird because it's like with Tony Stark, I like him. He's one of my favorite characters in the Avengers, but when it comes to like his own movies, I literally do not care about him that much. I don't know why. I just don't. It's like in the Avengers, I'm like, oh yay, he's here. I love Iron Man, but when it comes to Iron Man himself in his own movies, I'm just like, I don't care to watch these. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't. Which is sad because like with Black Widow, I was like, oh yay, I get to. She's like my one of my favorite adventures, and I get to watch her movie, and it ended up being mid. And it's like, come on. Like one of the few times I actually go out of my way to watch the Avengers material focused on only one of the Avengers, and it ends up being mid. Yeah, Iron Man 3 being the worst MCU movie. Well, I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on that. But honestly, I don't think it could be because let's face it, there are some bad MCU movies out there. There are. Let's just face it. Oh, the Marvels. I forgot that movie's coming out soon. But I don't care to watch it. I know Captain Marvel's going to be in it, obviously, but I don't care to watch that one. And I should probably watch Captain Marvel before I even watch the Marvels, if I do choose to watch the Marvels. But anyway. But yeah, it's going to be as hard as hell to market though, since the actors themselves can't promote it because they are still on strike. Oh shit, that's so true. Ah, the strike. Oh man, Hollywood is fucked. Ever like, damn, damn. Yeah, the strikes. It's so funny because it's like what do we do now? Like we don't have people to do the movies. It's like, well, maybe you should pay them. Just a thought. Although there has been at least an attempt to market the movie beforehand, unlike say what DC is doing with Aquaman 2. Oh, Aquaman's having a movie? I didn't even know that. A movie that's supposed to be coming out in December. Oh, okay. I honestly didn't even know that, but then again, I don't really pay very much attention to DC stuff, so yeah. Yeah, it's only until tomorrow where they will finally be releasing the very first trailer and poster. Seriously? But yeah, it's like Aquaman, I don't really care for. Sorry, I just don't. I would have cared when I was a kid because I was into the Justice League as a kid, as I said, like in the previous rant stream. I was into the Justice League quite a bit when I was a kid. Like the Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Black, Batman, Superman, um, Green Lantern. I already said Green Lantern, Aquaman, The Flash. I was into that kind of stuff as a kid, but then I just stopped giving a shit. Like, not long after that. Which is nuts to think about considering the first movie literally made $1 billion at the box office. Oh, wow. Okay. Good for you, Aquaman. Let's go. From what I've been hearing, it's been going through. Aquaman 2 has been going through multiple reshoots, and the test screenings have all been bad. LOL. Ooh. How is Aquaman 2 gonna. That's a very bad start. How's Aquaman 2 gonna make it? How is it gonna compare to the first movie? Cross my fingers, but insiders I follow who have seen the movie say it's bad. I'm hoping it's not because Aquaman doesn't deserve that. I don't care much for him, but he doesn't deserve that. He really doesn't. But yeah, I don't really have much else left to say, really. I didn't even drink any of the water I brought up. I guess I didn't need to because I didn't talk for very long. It's at least the last movie of the current DC Extended Universe before it gets rebooted completely. Oh, okay. It's then where James Gunn himself will direct the first movie, the new DC Universe, and wait, sorry, I can't read that. First movie of the new DC Universe and Superman Legacy. Is there a way to move the stupid heart icon because it keeps blocking like some of the chat? Like just one word in the chat, really. Sometimes, but whatever. Wait, hold on. Okay. Venom will fall with the Authority, Batman and the Brave of the Bold, the Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and the Swamp Thing. I forgot the Swamp Thing was even a thing. But anyway, that's at least in terms of films anyway. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So hopefully Aquaman 2 will be a good conclusion to the DC universe, or at least a good last movie, I should say. Oh, hi, Dragon Crosby. 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 I just hope DC is able to survive with their new universe since their last several films have bombed or underperformed vastly. I hope so too. Yeah, the movie industry is not looking good. It really isn't. Hmm. But what's wrong, Dragon Crosby? The only DC films that made a profit recently were the Batman and the Joker, two films outside the DC universe. Huh. Wow. Okay. A suspicious girl, probably a cross, mm, was shadowing myself on TG and W app. He sent me adult only message. Okay. That is, yeah, block and report them. Exactly. Do what Maple says. Just block and report them. That's just suspicious and gross. That's really all you can do. Just block and report. And let us know how it goes too. Yes, I've blocked all of them. Okay, good, good. But I'm gonna guess that that's probably not. That's still not working. I don't know. Or you just done it now? I don't know. But if you haven't done it, well, you said you did, so hopefully that works. I mean. Sorry, I was just reading something. I don't have nothing more to say. Yeah, set your account to private and keep your distance from the internet for a little while, if you have to. Because some people are just persistent, so. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so I guess we can just end the rant stream there. Unless somebody has another thing they want to add, then that's fine. But I'm pretty much done with the move. Oops. Ew, let me clean this tile up. There we go. Oh yeah, that's right. Congratulations on getting the interview, Maple, and I wish you good luck. I hope you get the job. I hope you nail the interview. A nice, relaxing job where you don't even have to wear uniforms. Hey, right? A job where you don't have to wear uniforms is just perfect. But good luck, Maple. I hope you get the job. I think you will, but I'm still gonna pray for you. So I'm still wishing you good luck. I don't really pray, so to be honest, but you get what I mean. I wish you good luck, Maple. So fingers fingers crossed. At least do for now until I get a bigger job. Yeah, might as well get something better while you go for something even greater. All right, well, if nobody has anything else to say, I guess I'll just go ahead and get going. But I don't want to be here any longer than I should be. But anyway, thank you all. No, I don't have anything else to add, so we're good. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here, Maple, Sluggy Man, Dragon Cosby. I wish you good luck with your problem, Crosby. Um, Everyone else who watched, thank you for being here. I am Tuner 15, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, deuces and goodbye. Bye, guys.